Hey everyone, this is weather forecaster Liam. Here's your top weather news and headlines for today's video. A widespread severe weather outbreak is likely across areas in the south central and southeastern United States this week, where the risk is there for large hail, damage and winds, as well as tornadoes. I'll have the very latest on this severe weather with TRA weather predictions, Tor-Cons, storm hazards, and more. And also, it may begin towards the end of the winter season, but is a snowy nor'easter possible this weekend in the Northeast. All of this is coming up right here on TRA Weather. Before we get into this video, I have some very sad news to report. Late last night, during around 1 a.m. Eastern Time, a very dangerous tornado tore through parts of the city of Nashville in Tennessee, and as you see here, bringing widespread destruction to the Nashville area. And here is a look at that tornado, where the National Weather Service has confirmed it to be an EF2 tornado with winds at or greater than 125 miles per hour. And as of this time, more than 15,000 people are still without power. Due to the events of this tornado, at least 22 people lost their lives last night that have been confirmed. President Trump is expected to arrive in Nashville this upcoming Friday to survey the damage. And this you just never like to hear. And prayers go out to everyone that has been affected by this tornado. Today is March 3rd, 2020. And here's a look at the latest National Weather Service hazards map, where we have a lot of red flag warnings due to low humidity levels across the north central, central, and south central United States, as well as some high wind watches and warnings. Though we have a lot of flash flood watches in place across the southeast, where, you guessed it, more rain is on the way. And not just rain, also the possibility of strong winds, large hail, and tornadoes as well. So let's get right to the future radar forecast from the NAM model, starting off at tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Where we're focused on the eastern half of the United States, where not too much is going on right now. We do have some rain in the northeast, though it's in the form of liquid and not frozen. To get some wintry mix and snow, you'll have to get into Canada. Also have some scattered thunderstorms across the southeast. Those aren't too severe, though a rumble of thunder too is possible. Lighter rain showers into the north central United States, though now we're starting to see some heavier to moderate rain in the Texas southeastern New Mexico region. That's going to be our main weather system we're going to be talking about in this video. So let's go forward to 2 a.m. Eastern Time, very late tonight, going into Wednesday morning. That storm in the northeast is on the United States-Canada border, bringing some rain, also now some snow into New York State and Pennsylvania, though the majority of the precipitation will stay further on to the north into Canada. Now we're starting to see some pop-up thunderstorms now in the southeastern United States, and some thunderstorms working their way more so into the state of Texas. Some of those could be severe, and a few isolated tornadoes can't be ruled out. Forward again to Wednesday morning, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Those thunderstorms really start to flare up across portions of southern Georgia, central and southern Alabama, and southern Mississippi. Also, thunderstorms continuing in the state of Texas as it makes its way further eastward. Now, as we go forward again into Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, noontime, those thunderstorms kind of weaken a little, still have some across Georgia and now into South Carolina, though not quite severe as they once were. Though Texas is still seeing some action with some thunderstorms and some moderate rainfall to the central and western portions of the state. Though we're really going to have to watch Wednesday, especially into the evening and afternoon hours, across portions of the Florida Panhandle, southern Alabama, southern Mississippi, much of Louisiana, and southeastern Texas. There's a lot of moisture, a lot of available energy for these storms, and also some wind shear, which means we could get some pop-up supercell thunderstorms with a rotating updraft, and then we could have some tornadoes develop in those regions. So tomorrow afternoon into the evening hours on Wednesday, if you live in those areas, again, Florida Panhandle, southern Alabama, southern Mississippi, much of Louisiana, and southeastern Texas, going to have to watch those storms because most of those are going to be severe in your regions. So definitely keep an eye on that. Now we go forward again to Wednesday night. Now we're focused on the southeastern portion of the United States. See some scattered thunderstorms. Few of those could be supercells, as well as a few tornadoes out there as well. They will make their way further northward, though they will become less severe as they do so. Though central Mississippi, Alabama, also portions of Georgia can't rule out a few tornadoes. Though the higher the chances for tornadoes, the closer to the coast you'll have to go. Forward again to 4 a.m. Eastern Time, Thursday, very early in the morning. Center of low pressure is on the Louisiana-Mississippi coast, bringing some moderate to heavy rain across portions of northern Georgia, much of Alabama and Mississippi, and also portions of Arkansas and northern Louisiana. Forward again to Thursday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. The bulk of the rainfall now is over eastern Alabama, much of Georgia, and now starting to get into the Carolinas. Forward again to Thursday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Now the center of low pressure is off the coast at 1,010 millibars, bringing in some less heavy rain, now only to portions of the Carolinas and also northern Florida and portions of eastern Georgia. Now we'll go forward one more time to 1 a.m. Eastern Time Friday, very late Thursday night going into Friday morning. Center of low pressure is off the coast into the Atlantic Ocean at 1,005 millibars. Now it's just bringing some lighter rain to the eastern half of both North Carolina and Virginia. Though, as I said, there's a possibility of a snowy nor'easter this weekend. So let's get right to that. And actually, that low pressure system right there is going to be the one that may cause that snowy nor'easter. So let's go to the northeastern United States. This is now the GFS model. We went forward to 1 p.m. Eastern Time Friday afternoon. See that center of low pressure is well off the coast at 995 millibars. That was the same low pressure I was just showing you. But there was also a second low pressure in portions of Canada that has made its way southeastward. And they're going to kind of get closer together, going to squeeze out some moisture, and this could bring some snowfall to portions of New York State, Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia, and down the Appalachian chain. As we go forward again, 7 p.m. Eastern Time Friday night, you see that low pressure system really strengthens at 981 millibars, bringing in some heavy, very heavy rain and snow off the coast, and just bringing some lighter rain and snow on the coast and further inland. Though we'll have to see as the models fine-tune this forecast over the next few days, areas closer to the coast could end up seeing some pretty decent snowfall amounts or maybe even some enhanced rainfall totals as we go into Friday and Saturday. Though the trend has been further off the coast, that could shift back closer to the coast over the next few days. And as you see, we go forward one more time to 1 a.m. Eastern Time Saturday, very late Friday night going into Saturday morning. That storm even intensifies more at 969 millibars. I think that's overdoing it a little bit, though still the GFS model is forecasting a very intense storm just off the coast in the northeast. So we'll have to see if that gets closer or further away from the coast as models fine-tune this forecast. So let's now shift on over to your TRA weather prediction for both Wednesday and Thursday. And this is a combined prediction for both the days Wednesday and Thursday. You're seeing a lot of colors on this map, so let's break it down. The area shaded in green is under a low risk for severe thunderstorms. Major cities include Tampa, Charlotte, Nashville, and Little Rock. Now you start getting into the yellow shaded area, which is under a medium risk for severe thunderstorms. Major cities include Atlanta and Orlando. Now you start getting into the high risk for seeing severe thunderstorms. That is shaded in red. Major cities include Houston and Dallas. Now you're starting to get into the very high risk, that purple shaded area for seeing severe thunderstorms. One major city is included in that, and that is the city of New Orleans. Other areas shaded in that purple shaded color is in southeastern Texas, much of southern Louisiana, southern Mississippi, southwestern Alabama, and the very western Florida panhandle. So now let's go on over to your tier weather Tor-Cons for Wednesday. And I'm not showing them for Thursday because I'm not really seeing any tornadic development on that day. So hopefully this will just be a one-day event tornado-wise. So we have a Tor-Con of 5 for New Orleans, have a Tor-Con of 4 for Houston, and a Tor-Con of 3 for Orlando. The other areas under a Tor-Con of 5 include portions of southeastern Texas, much of Louisiana, southern Mississippi, and southwestern Alabama. So now let's go over to your storm hazards, and every single storm hazard is under a high risk. So tornadoes, hail, flooding, wind, lightning, power outages, wind shear, and CAPE. I actually found CAPE values of over 3,000, which is a lot. You really only need 1,000 to get some pretty decent severe thunderstorms, and I was finding 3,000 in some areas in Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. So definitely have to watch that. So every single category is under the high risk. And you can expect this from Wednesday through Friday. The hazardous area is the south central and southeastern portion of the United States. Hey, thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like and share this with family and friends or whoever you would think that would enjoy watching TRA weather, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also, check out the links listed below to both my Twitter and Instagram pages and my brand new weather Discord channel. Thank you. See you next time.